Hello, welcome to this edition of Intelligent Video Today. I'm your host, Steve Vonderhaar. Join us this time on the episode, the team from IntelliVid, Ian McDonough and Sumit Ray. Welcome, folks.
Hi, Steve. Good to be here.
It's great to have you here. Ian, we'll start off with you. You're the CEO over at IntelliVid. Give me a little bit of a sense of the company's history and what you're trying to get done with your solution in the marketplace.
Sure, I'll set the scene. So, a little bit, first of all, background is that my background is in the media industry, where I was for 15 years running quite large networks for Viacom, as was, and for BBC and for Turner. And what was always quite interesting to me and kind of baffled me about the media supply chain was that it would take a large group of people to make a piece of content, whether it's actors, presenters, audio, sound, camera, etc. And then that piece of content would get funneled through a singular black box in a dark room where nobody else got eyes on it. And to get eyes on it, you had to go physically in the room with the person and look over that person's shoulder. So I was really attracted by Blackbird when Blackbird approached me, because we have 15 patents in putting video content, video editing into the cloud. And it's all editable through a browser to a very high degree of finite accuracy. Our other product, which is in the sports and news space, we've sold into FIFA, we've sold into CBS Sports, Fox Sports, and in fact, we've just completed our fourth major games in Milan Cortina last week or so, and that it just shows you how robust and how highly regarded that piece of software is in terms of the patented software we have. So we're very, very proud of that. What we wanted to do, though, was to solve that second problem that I just mentioned, in that we wanted to get multiple eyes on the content at the same time as well. So as well as having it portable in the browser, we also wanted to make it collaborative. And so that's where IntelliVid was born out of. And we have really positioned IntelliVid as a collaborative storytelling tool, as an iterative storytelling tool, because we're selling it to business customers, because business customers have a high output need, they have a high quality need, they have a high reliability need, and they also work as teams. And so this is a really good fit for IntelliVid.
Yeah, and that's where we're bringing Sumit as the product guru over at IntelliVid. Tell us a little bit about your role and maybe put into context how an organization can put the IntelliVid platform to work. How can you generate value from implementing the IntelliVid solution?
Well, to just pick up from what Ian said, organizations are no different than the media. In fact, if anything, they have less capability in-house. So they tend to have to outsource a lot of video production to external agencies or to partners. And the whole point behind IntelliVid is it brings the whole capability in-house to a business, so that they have all of and everything that they need to not only create video at the level with which is needed by business. So they don't have the tools that could make a Netflix documentary, but they do have everything that they need in business. And as, again, you mentioned, the one thing that we have in IntelliVid that doesn't exist in any of the other traditional video editors or other cloud-based editors is the full collaboration element. What that means is that when organizations are working together, so you may have a team in London, you may have one in New York, and what it means is that they can actually simultaneously work on the same project on the same timeline. They can see each other's cursors, they can see real-time changes. And that really helps move things together, especially when you have a global organization. However, we take it one stage further and we add review into this. So what it means is that when the content has been created, you don't end up in that constant or lengthy review cycle that can often take weeks. The whole thing can be sent to someone with a link in the email. They get the email, they view the content, they can comment at any point in time, and that goes immediately back into the production. So that's really speeds up and reduces the cost of actually producing video significantly.
So, Ian, who do you see as the ideal customer for the IntelliVid platform? Who's likely to generate the most value from putting these capabilities to work? Do you have a certain prospect who comes over the transom and you just start rubbing your hands together in glee because you know that they can get a lot of capability, a lot of value out of what you folks are doing?
But you just nailed it there, Steve. It's what the customers will get value from and which customers will get the most value from it. We've taken it very much from the customer side. We've looked at those workflows. Sumit's just taking you through exactly how that product works. Really, what we're there to solve is that 70% there or thereabouts of a video team's time is wasted on non-creative processes, i.e., waiting for content to arrive, waiting for it to go off, waiting for it to render, waiting for someone to review something on another platform at the right time in order to get that feedback back. There's so much of their time is absolutely gone out of the window because of the archaic inefficiencies that are in the media supply chain. So to answer your question, we see marketing teams, in-house marketing teams, as being the core ICP for us. They have a huge burden in terms of output of each and every product, and they've got to make sure that's high quality and out in the marketplace in a timely way. They work together as teams, and they want to have equal input into the story that they're telling, and IntelliVid really enables that and powers that.
Now, marketing has long been one of the golden targets of any folks who develop video platform solutions, but specifically for the IntelliVid IO solution right now, why is this the right time to really be those marketing oriented users within the enterprise?
That's a good question, Steve. But I was with a well-known, well-loved British retailer just last week who was explaining this to me. We've seen this ourselves, but they really kind of brought it to life. Is that from every product that they sell, whether it's a dairy product or whether it's their socks that they're selling, everything needs its own video strategy. Everything needs its own social media strategy. And that's something that's either done with agencies, whereby they need to get it done quickly and reviewed quickly, or indeed more and more is what's happening is that's coming in-house because of the cost efficiencies have to work for them. So more and more that is growing, and that is only going to get larger and larger with the impact of AI. AI will create video faster and allow tools to orchestrate and get content to the reviewer quicker. But every piece of content still has to be assembled and reviewed before it's published, because these retailers and other big businesses can't have content going to market without a human looking at it.
And really, that type of collaboration is enabled by the cloud nature of the IntelliVid IO platform. And we've been talking a lot about the collaboration aspect of the editing workflow. But Sumit, are you going beyond that collaboration to integrate any AI enhancements into the current version of the platform?
Absolutely. The platform already has a number of AI components already bedded in for things like image generation, voice generation, but probably the most used feature that uses AI is the automatic transcription straight to subtitles. So that means that when organizations are creating their content, they can immediately have, an hour-long video transcribed, put up in subtitles in the format that they want. And we're going to be expanding that, obviously, to include things like translations, etc. But we do know that AI is going to be a crucial part of making the video production process not only better, but a lot faster as well.
So, Ian, we're taking these capabilities, both the collaboration and the AI, making them relevant for the marketing folks. But are there other disciplines within the enterprise where you think these types of solutions can take root?
Absolutely are. Yeah, there absolutely are, Steve. I see the comparable being here Figma. Figma started off very much in the design team. It has massively expanded outside of that team now. It's a replacement, certainly in our case, for PowerPoint, but it's also, deeply rooted in the dev team. So we see in a similar fashion video and IntelliVid being rooted in different parts of the organization as well, whether that's being the HR department, sales department, training department, or indeed outside of the corporate enterprise in education and other places where it absolutely can be used ubiquitously.
So, Sumit, we already have the transcription and captioning capabilities powered by AI within the IntelliVid IO platform. What other AI goodies do you have coming down on the product roadmap for the coming year?
We have more generative AI features which are coming down, more to do with the video side of things. But there's probably two areas that really AI is incredibly useful for. So audio, from the audio side, we already do the transcription as mentioned, but we are going to be doing revoicing and dubbing and audio cleanup with AI. And at the same time, on the generative side, we're not only looking at video generation, but we're actually looking at motion graphics generation, because the nature of the clients that we have, they're more concerned with developing automatic or AI-based motion graphics than they are necessarily recreating a Hollywood movie.
So, Ian, as we have all those capabilities coming into place, a lot of exciting things coming down the pike for IntelliVid IO. But take us for a look around the corner, if you will. What does enterprise video look like, in your opinion, 3 to 5 years down the line? Have your expectations of how enterprise video going to change? Has that shaped your efforts in developing the Elevate IO product?
If you look at how easy it is to write an email or how easy it is to write a PowerPoint document now, and you think of video in the same vein, that's how we look at how video is going to expand. So just as it's become, it's become very easy to do that, we really believe that video is now and is going to become more so the language of business. The comparable for this one, I think, is really that, I don't know if you know, but the Uber example, when they first went to estimate the size that Uber could be, and they said it would be the TAM for Uber would be around 100 billion, which is the global taxi market of the world, and they would have a portion of that, and now the revenue for Uber is something like 180 billion, so more than 10x of what they estimated originally. The mistake was they were looking at the world as it was then and not how it could be. And we really look about how it could be, what is the art of the possible for the video world and for Elevate within it. We really see Elevate as we want Elevate to be synonymous with making video in that corporate space.
You're certainly preaching to my choir. The video as the language of business really resonates with me, and good luck in your efforts to helping us make that market happen. Thanks for taking the time to visit with us today, both of you.
Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Pleasure.
And we thank you for taking the time to watch today's episode of Intelligent Video Today. If you want access to more episodes of our interview series, just go to the link right below there, or subscribe to the Intelligent Video Today channel, and you'll get notifications of new episodes of the Intelligent Video Today series. For IntelliVid Research, I'm Steve Onderhaar. Thanks for your time.